see if that will stay. Yes, okay, fabulous. Not driving anywhere yet. Okay, I'm off to the doctor's. Well, actually, no, not the doctor's. I'm off to just get, I didn't get a jacket, and it's like 2 degrees outside, whatever. Literally 2 degrees Celsius, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. There's frost on the ground, and I didn't get a jacket because if you know me, you know that I love the cold. I also just forgot a jacket, so whatever. We're rolling with it. Oh, it is quite chilly though. I'm going to get my bloods done because I actually don't know what blood type I am, funnily enough, and neither does my mum. She couldn't find it in any of the records. And then I'm going to get my vitamin D checked, my iron levels, and just do a little blood checkup on everything. I always like to just be checking, and actually I think I'm going to redo this nutrient panel that we did. Both Hal and I did it before we even tried to conceive. I did it the beginning of last year, and we conceived on our first try. I don't think it was just that. There was many different things: energetic, spiritual, physical, all the things. But there's plenty of podcasts on that. But I am gonna get my nutrient levels checked soon. I need to order that blood test. You can do it at home, because not just for now during pregnancy to make sure like I haven't become depleted in anything, but for postpartum. Everybody forgets about postpartum, and I am like focusing so much. Like pregnancy, it's like once you're in it, it's just like, well, it's just happening, right? But postpartum, I feel like everybody forgets that, and that's when shit can really hit the fan. And I am determined to have a different experience than what the average person does, what the average woman does, and want to show you guys, hopefully, that that's also possible for you too, and that we don't need to subscribe to like the world ends and I lose myself, because I do think, as triggering as this can be, I do think that is a choice. And sometimes, obviously, some of us have much easier factors that then influence us than others, but I want to try and positively influence my factors as much as possible and prepare myself as much as possible. So we're going to get that done. And then we also have, I really need to start driving. I wonder where that's going to stay. I don't feel like that's going to stay. Oh God. My belly is getting so big that literally I just get like winded every time I bend over. We're just backing out of the driveway. And then we also have today at 1 p.m. my book agent coming for a meeting, and my marketing assistant is here as well. She came last night, which is very exciting too. So it's just her. The rest of the team isn't here. We didn't need them because it's only a 3-hour, not only, but it is. Let me just check where I'm going. Hold on. I guess it's the right way. It is only a 3-hour meeting, and if there's too many of us here, we're not going to get anything done. Because we'll just get distracted. So Charlie's coming today, my book agent. Lindsay is here, and yes, we've got an important meeting that we've got to be very productive for. So I am going to get my bloods done. Then we have a team meeting, 2 team meetings actually, and then we have a bit of work time, and then Charlie will arrive, and she's here till 4 p.m. And then Lindsay and I will do some more stuff before the end of the day, and that will be today. So I thought I should definitely vlog today, because then I can show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes of book stuff and whatnot, because it's all happening, and it's happening really fast, and it's very intense, and it's a lot, but it's all going to be worth it. And so I was like, I want to take you guys along also, so that for those of you that have never launched a book, you have some idea, because I had absolutely no idea just how much goes into the launching of books. Like I truly had no idea. Even just like, I never knew that pre-sale numbers mattered more than like what once the book comes out. It matters more in terms of like getting you on bestseller lists, which to me is really important. Like I want to be on bestseller lists, because of just like, yeah, it's a vanity metric, but like people are more likely to then pick up a book when it says it's a bestseller versus if it's not. So yeah, it's just like one of those things, we like trust a book more when it says that it's a bestseller. So the pre-sale numbers are actually really, really, really important. So, you know, all the work that we're putting in before April 8th in getting people to buy the book is like more important than after April 8th. That like, the first week of the book actually coming out is really important as well. So April 8th is a Monday, and so from that Monday to the next Monday, that's also a really important time in terms of numbers. And then I feel like after that I'll be able to breathe again. Because it's just like, obviously I want the book to keep selling, but I'm also not going to be, I'm not like chasing a goal that we have, like a number that we have to hit, and we have to hit a lot of books. 8,000, just over 8,000 books have to be bought in order for you to be on the New York Times bestseller list, which is obviously the ultimate goal. So we are working towards that, and we're also just trusting in the divine, but I'm making sure that I'm putting as much energy and effort as I can behind it. I will say very transparently that, you know, I've been working on this book for 5 years. I started writing it in about the middle of 2019. It's been a long process, and I finished writing it. It would have been maybe I think it was like beginning-ish of 2020. Wait, when did I meet Hal? I met Hal in 2022. When did my family come to go skiing? It must have been the end of that year. So yeah, I think I finished writing it, like doing these final little finishing touches on it from my end, the beginning of 2023. And then it took us, like, we just fucked around. We didn't fuck around with it. It just was like so much random shit that you have to do from that point, and then whatever. So it's been like 2.5 years, or like nearly 2.5 years of then this next phase, because we were, you know, it was like, do we self-publish? And there's obviously pros and cons to that. And then, long story short, my book agent that I was put in touch with, she was like, this book is so fucking good. I think that you actually owe it to yourself to send it to a few publishers, and let's just see if anybody picks it up. So we sent it to a few publishers, and it was very well picked up, and we were actually able to do a really epic deal with one of the publishers that I went with. It's very, like, out of the norm. Basically, it's a 50-50 profit split, which is really great. I mean, it's not shitty, but it's like, it means that before the book comes out, you're also then paying half of the costs, which is a lot of costs for a book, on top of the costs of, like, your book agent and PR and all of that, because they don't cover that. But it also means that you make, instead of making 1% of the profits, because usually, like, the number, like, you get your book advance and then you make like 1% over the, like, a long time. Instead of making 1%, we make 50%, which is like really, really, really epic. So, oh, we got a big bump. Which is really epic. So yeah, I truly believe that it's all working out for a reason. And I kept telling myself, like, I would rather just try to be patient through this and know that, like, I did this fucking well, versus let my impatience get the better of me. This is like a year ago. Let my impatience get the better of me, where the book doesn't do as well as what I wanted once we put it out to launch, and then I will wonder, fuck, should I have actually just waited and been more patient and done this, like, really, really, really properly? So we're doing it really, 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 really properly. And when I say properly, I mean, like, I don't mean bind the book. I mean, like, you know, we haven't just rushed into it. Like, it has been edited, like, more times than I would like to even think about, because of how many times I fucking read the book. But I do know that in the end it's gonna all be worth it. So that's the plan for today. Long intro, but I did feel like I needed to give you guys a bit of that backstory. I am going to have a podcast come out soon also, maybe it's already out by the time you've watched this, about just, like, the book process for anyone that is just curious or wanting to write their own book. I will definitely say it is not for the faint of heart. People have asked, like, oh, will you write a second one? I'm like, honestly, after this, I don't think so. But, you know, maybe I will, because I'll actually know the process, so I'll be better able to mentally prepare. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoy this vlog, and I know I've been doing a little bit lesser than lately, but it's just because things have been so busy. Oh lol, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we are home. Well, I'm home from, oh, I nearly went into the fence. Should probably press park. I just dropped Lindsay off back to her hotel. After today, Charlie, my book agent, has gone home. I am so fucking tired. And I was gonna make pumpkin soup for dinner, and I had a whole plan. And unfortunately, I didn't have pumpkin in the morning, and I didn't even have time anyway if I had the pumpkin to do it in the slow cooker. So then I was like, I fucked that one off pretty quickly, to be honest, in my head. And I was like, we're having pasta tonight. So we're having pasta. I think I'm gonna do like zoodles, like zucchini noodles, and also brown rice pasta. But I am definitely monitoring how many carbs I'm having pregnant, just because I'm pregnant, and also because I already knew that I was going to have a massive baby. I mean, he was measuring big from like literally our first ultrasound, but also those measurements they're not actually necessarily accurate. I mean, my mum was told she was going to have an 8-pound baby, and I was 10 pound 6. So I also take that shit with a grain of salt. Oh, I love it. I have 111 miles left of petrol before I have to get more. So I'm gonna make dinner. Maybe I'll film it, maybe I won't. I probably just will sit it there and not honestly say anything. And then I do still have a few more admin-y things that I have to do, but honestly I think what I'm gonna just do is throw dinner on, watch an episode of a show. Oh yeah, White Lotus is out, and I didn't watch it last night because I went to bed early. So I think I'm just gonna actually eat and watch an episode of White Lotus. I don't know how I feel about this like Thailand White Lotus. I personally prefer like a European vibe all the way. Like I love the second season being in Italy, like over Hawaii. Just, if you know, you know that I'm just like European vibes all the way. But I might just watch that and just kind of, I find it really helpful to just reset my brain a little bit, and then it gives me a little bit of space so I can then finish off a tiny bit of work before I go to bed. Otherwise, you know what I'll do? That I sometimes do, which I find really helpful, is I just go to bed early, and then I wake up really early, like 6 a.m, and I get about an hour and a half of work done before anybody else is up, and it's really focused, really productive. Like honestly, it's 10 times more productive than trying to work at nighttime. So that's what I've been doing, especially pregnant, because at nighttime I just feel like my brain is 110% mush. So we're gonna go do that. Ooh. Let's spin you around. There we go. I have this gelatin that I made last night, and it's like a gelatin gummy, but I make a chocolate version. Jelly, because I don't want to have like the fruit sweetness, but also like it's way faster to make a chocolate one than it is to like puree all the fruit and do all that stuff. So I'm just cutting into it. Let's see if it's good. I feel like I might have fucked the ratios actually. Let's see. I don't know. Consistency. Oh no, I think we're good. I need to put a lid on it. The top bit's gone a bit dry. I get these glass Tupperwares from Amazon, by the way. I'm cooking bacon for Hal to have with his tuna pasta. So yeah, it's just gelatin. So it's got a ton of collagen in it. Doing everything obviously for my health, the baby's health, but also to reduce stretch marks. Really manifesting. I do not get a single fucking one. I do need to do a pregnancy blog post of like my must-haves. I'm really like delaying eating this. My pregnancy must-haves and like the stuff that I'm rubbing on my belly and all of that. Don't have any stretch marks so far. I've also been dry body brushing, not daily because like I'm human. Like doesn't happen, but I would say maybe every 2 days, minimum every 3 days. And I've been dry brushing my belly as well, and it's like The blood goes there. It's very invigorating. It's really good for your skin. So I've been doing that. And obviously no red light on the belly whilst I'm pregnant, but I will be doing that right after I'm pregnant, not just for like skin, but also for healing of my uterus. Okay, so I'm gonna eat some right now. All right. When I think about it, it makes me like, whoa, gag. Don't think about it, not gagging. I'm thinking about it a little bit, but trying not to. The consistency is just like, I don't know, it's a gummy consistency, you know? So maybe I should do a fruit one. Maybe it'll be better, but I've always just done like chocolatey ones and it's fine. I mean, you get like, hold on a second, let me get the thing package. You get a lot of bang for your buck in a little square of those. Okay, this is the brand that I get. This brand right here. 0 carbohydrates, 1 tablespoon is 11 grams. Now there is 5 tablespoons in this whole thing, I think. So like in one of those little squares, I wasn't getting 11 grams of protein. Maybe I got half of that. Yeah, I would actually say I probably got half of that. So I probably got 5.5 grams of protein. But that's not like, I feel like it's pretty good for like something so small, right? Like it was like that big, like 3 chews and it's down. It's like 80% collagen. Anyway, I'm making sure I'm having collagen rich foods, bone broth, soups, stews, all the things. Not tonight, pasta, but tomorrow we're doing, I need to get out the liver. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that I filmed this because I remembered to get out the chicken liver. I would totally have forgotten. And then in the morning would have been way too late. So I get chicken livers from the, what's it called? So I get the chicken liver from the farmer's market once a week. I'm not looking very crash hot or whatever. Once a week. And so I'm going to defrost it overnight. And then tomorrow I'm putting that in the dinner that I'll do for tomorrow. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. It's like I'm doing like a ragu, but with beef mince actually, instead of just because it was easier for me to get in the supermarket. I couldn't get any slow cooked meat last minute. So I'm going to do chicken liver. So in that ragu tomorrow, I'll also put a bunch of bone broth. But yeah, I've been making sure I'm adding a lot of collagen to food, but then obviously where possible, I also want to be having even more. So having in the gelatin and all that kind of stuff, these are also really filling. So it's really nice for like a little midday, you're hungry, have a few of these. Like I should have done that today when I was like deceased from the book stuff. So tomorrow I'll definitely be doing that between clients. And then do you know what I finally got into? After like everybody telling me, Monica, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I'm like, ew, they were so off-putting, is beef jerky. And when we were, let me get this passed on. When we were skiing, we were skiing and I was like, I just have to get more protein into me right now because it was at the beginning of our ski trip. We were staying at a hotel and then we moved to the Ritz in Beaver Creek, or actually it's Gulch where Hal and I met, and we had a residence there. So we had a kitchen. But these, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna close my eyes and fucking take a bite. Do you know what this tastes like? My face looks lopsided. Do you know what this tastes like? It tastes like salami, pepperoni. Really good. And each serving has 10 grams of protein, like one of these. I could down like 3 of these in a go. So I've also been doing these a little bit more for protein, for like a little midday snack if I need one. Okay, and then I'm also gonna do a few zoodles because I would like that. Zoodles. We're definitely going to be a little bit cheeky and watch a show at the same time. Oh, I need to cook the tuna as well. I'm actually trying to use some of the old zucchinis. We were away skiing and we ended up staying for a little bit longer because we were having so much fun. and it was a very last minute trip, and our veggie box, you order it like nearly a week in advance, and so it was already scheduled to come, and so everything had sat there for a week in the fridge. So also really big on ordering things from Thrive in the US. Like, we have a box that comes every couple of weeks. I actually need to like fix up the next order so I can let it come through because I keep just delaying it. But really like it, and just makes things so much easier. So I'm not having to like go to Whole Foods all the time to buy shit. And I don't know about you guys, but my fucking God, the cost of food is just obscene lately. Like, I put through a Whole Foods order before. It's not even for like multiple meals. It was just like a few bits of things here or there that will like be added into this week's meals. $180. It was like 3 bags of shopping. It was just ridiculous. Like, anyway, it is what it is. We're not complaining about it. We're just dealing with it and moving on. But if you don't already, if you're in the US and you don't use Thrive, I would highly recommend using it, because it actually shows you how much money you save too over time. And we've saved thousands of dollars by ordering things off Thrive. So I have a code, actually, don't know what it is, but it's on my favorite products page. Everything is there if you're curious, like if I have a recommended product for something or anything like that, it is there. I'm literally the fussiest person on the planet. So when it comes to like food, non-toxic skincare, all that jazz, so you can really trust, and like everything on there I use. Oh gosh. And if I've stopped using a product for whatever reason, I will get the team to take it off. Okay, this zucchini might just not be zoodle worthy. I think it's actually a little bit too dead. All right, that zucchini was just not doing it. It was too dead. Oh wait, I don't want that flavor. What is that? Oh, beef steak. Oh, sorry. This is sea salt. Well, I'll take the one that I like. I also have been like living off these in case I get really hungry. This looks cute. Coat, belly. All right. A little bit of a rush, just so I don't have to rush when I get there. Oh, can't breathe. You know what I have in my back pocket? I have a, oh, it's 3. I have a nose strip, and I will explain that to you in a second. All right, I don't want to forget that. Putting it right there. It's chilly. So, our first stop, what's the time? All right, we're doing fine, we're good. Oh my God, we're good. Go me. Okay, our first stop, I wish I could stick you right there. Okay, this is the benefit of this camera that tracks your face. I know it can be a little bit like seasickness sometimes, I'm sure, for you guys watching, but you are sitting basically flat, like lying down. Oh, I don't have any sunglasses, so basically lying down, and you wouldn't know because the camera moves. It's a little bit creepy, but anyway. All right, so first stop without my sunglasses is, so my parents are coming in a couple of weeks, and my dad, as some of you would know from my previous vlogs, is an epic gardener, and they're coming in March. And so he sent me, like, basically he's like, I think you need to do some of your veggie patch in pots versus I had it in like a, what's it called? They were like raised garden beds, but there's a whole sun thing, right? And all the trees in Atlanta, so like half our backyard is just in too much shade for what we need like for what the veggies need. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to look at a bunch of pots to buy, because when they come, I want him to be able to get into the veggie patch and start that ASAP, versus like there's times they've come before and it's like, oh, we'll just buy the things when you get here. Same with house stuff with mom, because she's done the interior design of our house, and then things are out of stock, you have to wait for it to get shipped, and it doesn't arrive until they leave, and then it's like, well, that's just defeated the whole purpose. So I'm going to I'm not going to buy the pots, I'm just going to get them to put them on hold, and then this weekend I'll get Hal to come, because they also weigh like a bajillion tons, and so I can't pick them up because they're really, really, really big pots. So that's the first thing that we're doing. And then the second thing is I'm going to get a prenatal massage, which I'm very excited for. I mean, let's be real, they're really not the same. I love a deep tissue, like, get in there. But yeah, you shouldn't really do that when you're pregnant. Although this guy that I go to, Hal's been seeing him for like a bajillion years, and so he'll bend the like pregnancy rules a little bit for me, because I'm like, my intuition says I need this, so just fucking give it to me. And because I get this, I have to have all those like tailbone pain from my ski accident. It's like a it's like a radiating issue from my nerve damage in my leg, and so like a muscle won't turn on properly is basically the consensus. And so then this pressure, that then like the top of my glutes get extremely tight, and it pulls all the fascia around my tailbone, and it's like a pretty excruciating problem that I just always have to stay on top of to not be in like constant pain. And when I went to him last, I was like, please just get in there, and he like released so much, and for like a week I didn't have any pain. That hasn't happened in like 3 years, that I haven't had any pain for a whole week. I can go like a day without pain, but I have to have done like 15 minutes of stretches that morning to like get to that place. Anyway, so that is the plan for this afternoon. So I'll take you guys on some of those little bits. And then today's been a really productive Friday, which I've been really, really happy about, because usually Fridays I struggle a little bit more. At the end of the week, it's like, oh my God, I'm drained after all my clients and all the admin that I'm trying to do like before and after my client calls. And it's been a really intense week, to be honest, with the book. So some things have just like had to let slip through the cracks, but I feel like it's also such a beautiful, am I going the right way? Yep. It's such a beautiful practice for like when I have our baby here, of like some things I have to just be like, you know what, we're not getting to that today, and that's okay, versus trying to like stay on top of everything. And I feel like the book has been a baby in and of itself, in that it takes priority over other things, and so that's just had to be the case right now, and I've had to like surrender to that versus trying to control it in any way, shape or form. So today's actually been really productive, which I'm really, really, really happy about. I recorded a part 2 of a masterclass for my Her Year ladies, because there was so much that I had to give them, and we went so overtime. So that masterclass now is it's 2.5 hours now altogether, because I recorded the second part for them because we couldn't stay on live, because we had already been on there for like 90 minutes the other day. Recorded a bunch of podcast ads for programs and upcoming things, and did a bunch of marketing work, planned out social media cal for, well, I'm nearly there. I started planning out the social media cal, but it's not like completed or anything, for the next month or so. And just like, I really need to have a weekend where I'm just like really getting organized with work stuff and getting ahead again. I feel like I've kind of been chasing my tail a little bit, and now that the Queen Alchemy launch is over, I'm just like, right, and we like have dates for the book, things are locked in, I have a marketing assistant that I can pass shit off to as well. So I'm like, right, this weekend I am getting like some of my shit in order, so I don't feel like I'm chasing my tail next week, and then like this whole month with the book launch coming up. We were actually going to launch my immersion at the same time, my 3-day immersion that we're doing again this year. It's going to be the 8th event, which is crazy. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I've really been doing this for a long time. And we actually delayed the launch because we all just agreed, and I just was like, I can't launch the book and do the immersion at the same time. And like, I just don't even want to try. Oh, I'm going in there. I just don't even want to try, because I just feel like I'm not going to then be able to give either of them my all. Okay, we are here at the cutest nursery, and they stock these really big pots, and they aren't too expensive. They're like I bought pots from here before and they were fucking massive. And I think it was like $250 or $300 per pot, which for a pot this size and this quality is actually really good.